Victor, and yeah, in the weekly painting of this week, I'm going to explain how to do the monochrome flames. So in that case, I will do them deep red, but you can apply the same for any color. So I'm going to do the flames here on the front of this, on this front part of the bike. So the first thing I will do is I have to paint the rim, because the rim is also on red. So I will paint the rim, and I will prepare this to be ready to do the flames later on. So while I'm painting the rim, I will not be so careful not to go on the white, because I will need to paint this first part of the white anyway. So I will prepare this, painting the rim, and I will be back in a minute. So now that we have the rim painted, it's time to start doing the flames. So I will start from here. One thing when doing the flames, well, first I start doing, like, I don't know, a shape of, you do first the profile of the flames. So I will do what the flames will look like. I will not do the inside yet, and just the profile of how the flames will go on the bike. One thing is, I always like to make rounded at the bottom, not too sharp, and finalize very sharp at the end. So as you see, here I will go there, and then I will start from there and start increasing the flame size, but always rounded here. I always try to round it, and then, for example, this one I will go there, and we are going to do a new one here. Try to control well the amount of paint that you are using. This one we can do something like that and go up. Add variation on the sizes of the flames. And if you do a mistake like here, as I'm just doing the profile, we can increase a little bit the red area, and that's enough. So always like that. Can do, for example, here that goes higher, double, like a double flame. Then we go down. Add variation. So I think the thing is to make it like organic, natural. So don't do always the same pattern. At least is what I'm looking for. Here that I have the purity seal, I will keep doing the flames as if the purity seal was not there. This is going to be tricky. Normally you want to glue the purity seal later, but this wire bought second hand. One trick here is try to avoid to have a full flame on top of the purity seal. In that way the purity seal will pop up more if you're doing them red too. Okay, so I will go that. I will imagine that this is going to be a tricky one. I go here, then I will go like that. Oops, sorry. Here it's quite difficult one to see, and yeah, sure that I finalize on this more or less on the same point as on the other side to make it. We go like that, for example. Here the flame is not very nice, so I wanted to do some. You can do some. Okay. Once the flames are profiled, I use normally the same brush, we water it down and we start painting the inside of the flames, trying not to go out of the shapes, out of the profile that you create. So as you can see carefully, we fill the flames. And as I say, for me the trick, the aha moment for me was when I realized that making this, on the base, making this rounded instead of making very sharp shapes, it's working much better. Okay, so here you see I keep filling the flames. Okay. So, as I was explaining, for me the trick or the tip was when I realized that making the flames rounded here and sharp at the end is what is working the best to do this, to do the effect or to make them look nice. And as I said, these are going to be monochrome ones because it's the decoration of my chapter. And yeah, but you can use techniques. Maybe later on I will explain how to do the flames with the color of the flames, going with the oranges and reds that are normally used, for example, for the Legend of the Dam on the Space Marines. So this is, now I will wait until this dry before doing the next step. So here you see how it's looking like right now. Okay, and once this dry I will do the next step. So keep tuned, and I will be back to do the final part. So the next thing that I want to share with you is, just in case you make a mistake and you feel that it's not too sharp, or for example here that is not the shape that you want, the next step is take the previous color and correct this carefully. Okay, take this step. This will also help you to make the flames much sharper at the end. For example, another example here, we have the feeling this flame is too thick and the shape we don't like to match. Go there. With the other color. And we do these modifications. For example, here we'll also soften this a little bit. I will play differently on this flame. So sometimes you need to do corrections. So wait until this until the previous red light dries completely, and then you do all the corrections needed. Simple dice. Now, what I will do is I will take this off. always try to be, only make sharp the extreme, so try to avoid any sharp shape. Here the tricky part is that because there is the shape of the bike is making this more difficult. We'll make this flame thicker to compensate this, and I will make this less. Now it's better. Again, here I should wait until the bone color was completely dry, but I will now uniform this a little bit. And yeah, this should be now ready for the next step. We paint just the sigil here because I do all my purity seals, the wax of the purity of all the purity seals on red. So yeah, so I will do this one here. Now here, what I will do in this small one, I will sharpen a little bit. These parts are tricky because there is the change on direction of the armor plates and makes sometimes look weird. So now, yeah, after painting this, the next step that I will do is I will use Agvax Air Shade in that case, so we are going to do the shading, and in that case I will add the shading especially at where we have the rim, because we are going to apply the same technique that we use for any other part of the bike. So though because you have a freehand, you have not to highlight and shade this part. So I'm going to put Agvax Air Shade is the color that I like to do the shades and the washes on the red. So I will apply this on the flames, and I will do something like that. That way I will also make the flames not that uniform. Okay, we want to show that there are also the armor plates below, so we need to apply this wash to show this on the bike. Okay, so I will apply this the Agvax Air Shade here, here. I will do also the Agvax Air Shade on the rim. You can see it's the same I do for the rims. And now we need to wait until this dries completely. So yeah, I apply well. This part is important. So I will wait until this dries and I will be back to do the highlights. So once the previous wash is completely dry, the next step I will do is I will do the wash on the parts next to the flames. As you can see all the whites down here and how the base of the flames are darker. So now what I will do is I will do the wash on the cream color that is next to the flames. And the thing is that, yeah, if you do that, is to avoid that you are dirtying the flames. In that case I can do it after, because the wash I'm going to use is Seraphim Sepia and it's not going to be visible on the flames. If you have the flames in a lighter color, you should have done this before applying the flames. So this part, if you are doing, for example, flames, yellow flames on top of red, for example, for orcs, you should do the wash on the red before doing the flames. In my case, as is the opposite and the flames are darker than the color next to the flames, I can do the wash right now with Seraphim Sepia, because it's not going to be noticeable if I go a little bit on the flames. So you can see I do the wash on the bike, on all these armor plates next to the flames. I will be working that. I will do the wash all over the bike, but I will not keep this on the video. So just as you can see, I just did the wash next to the flames, and then I will wait until this dries, because after that we are going to do the highlights on the flames and we are going to finalize. So the wash next to the flames is dry. So the next step that I will do is I will highlight the different features that are on the flame. This is a monochromatic, so to avoid that it's too flat, what I will do is I will highlight, for example, the edges and neck of red. Okay, I'm using my piston red to do this. So I will keep highlighting the edges, and then on the areas of where we have actually the flames, so I'm going to highlight these things of the armor plates. That way I'm going to break a little bit the uniformity of the flames. We are going to gain some depth, and then next to this area I will make these parts a little bit thicker. I'm using my piston red. The base color was corn red, and it's darker because we use the agate shade wash. But this is how I work the flames. I want to avoid that this is just looking like a transfer. So this way the transfer sometimes they look too flat because they are missing the highlights. So I will keep doing the highlights later on the edges, but you get the idea. So I highlight the edges also here, and the rivets I will do it later on because I will do a second highlight. So here on the front, especially you can try to highlight both sides, but as I did here a deep shade, I will keep it like that. So no need to highlight when it's a thin feature like this frame around the armor plates. I recommend only to highlight the most exterior part and work with the washes on the other side as I did here. So you can see I will finalize the rest because it's not part of what I wanted to show in this tutorial, and then I will do a second highlight, and I will use no wheel wear rate. And you can see that if you do other colors, so you will need to choose what are the highlights to the colors, but what is important is that you highlight the different features where you put the flames. So here it is. I will do just very little here to show that there is. So this is how it will look like. Okay, you see I add some additional, then you can use the same orange to do these rivets. Okay, here we'll do flatter than in other parts because there is not any feature. So what you can do is just play a little bit with the red that we use when it's too flat, and I will apply a little bit on the top of the flames, and then you will exaggerate the shade that we already did, right? So the shade now will look much deeper and will create a little bit more volume and more, yeah, the flames will look nicer and less like a transfer. So you can do this, I can do the same here, so it will look like that. Okay, here I will not do, I can keep working on the following this thing. The trick here is not going out of the flames. So but you work inside of the flames as it is any other side, and then when you do the other side out of the flames, you have to keep working on the same highlights. For example, in that case I will use Usbati bone, that was the original color before doing the wash. So you can work and then keep the highlight, and this way will look consistent. Okay, all the highlights will look consistent because we are highlighting all the different angles. For example, this one that is next, so it's important that we do also the highlights on the zones next to the flames in the same way. I hope I'm not going out of camera. Okay, you see here, then I go down here. Indeed, normally what I do is I try to make it, I don't want to keep too yellowish the cream, so I will go deeper into the flames with the Usbati bone. Okay, I'll do the same here. I will do just this side to show what I mean. You can imagine that the rest is not the same because I wanted to focus on the flames in that tutorial. So this is, then the last highlight is going to be with white. Very carefully and with white. We are going to in that way we are going to have the same highlights, the same type of highlights on the red area and on the white area. So yeah. So this is what I want to share with you. So how to do monochromatic flames. Remember, the most important thing is to make them irregular. Do round here in that part. Do round in that part and be sharp on the rest, and be very organic on all the shapes. Try to avoid angles. I think it's looking much better when you go round and you only do sharp edges on the end of the flames. So that's all for this tutorial. I hope you find it interesting. I hope you like it. Please leave your comment below. What do you think? And if you want to see anything, please drop me a comment, question that you want to be covered on these tutorials. So that's all. Thanks a lot for watching and see you later. Bye.